So I was just live on Julie's channel. I just realized I didn't link her YouTube, but I'll do that after. I'll link her. I'll put the link to her YouTube in the description afterwards. So I was just live on Julie's channel, and I had the prompt to continue going live on my channel. So here we are. So I just, what is going on here? Sorry, I'm just trying to. Okay, sorry, something with my screen. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's anyone here at the moment, but if there is, feel free, hi and welcome, and feel free to ask questions and or suggest topics. Yeah, I guess I'll just chat until someone pops in, if anyone does. Yeah, I just had a beautiful moment today. I just made a video about it. I'll link that in the description as well. But I essentially, someone gifted me $100 gift certificate to cover a high tea for my mom and I for her birthday coming up at the end of March. And it was completely unexpected and just such a beautiful gift. And zooming down with the character that she is, that's just a beautiful moment, and I'm very grateful for it. And it's just lovely and beautiful as her as the character to do that. But then zooming out, it's a reflection of how I've been doing the mental cleanup on myself and allowing more. Hello, I don't know who's here, but hi, it just popped up that there's someone watching. So welcome, how are you? And feel free to ask questions or suggest topics. I'm just gonna chat until someone says something. um, but this was just, to me, this is just my allowing more of what's actually here. And again, well, not again, but we're not to hold on to expectations as to how things look, and the main point is to be at peace within no matter what. With that being said, we can allow more of what's here through the external as well, and things can be super easy and just given to us, and this is one of those examples. So yeah, I always feel really awkward being live and not having anyone here. I just get really awkward. So, depending on what ends up happening, if other people don't tune in, I might just not, I might just end up deleting this. If people do pop in, I will not delete it. Well, I most likely won't. Um, we'll see what happens. I'll give it a little bit and we'll see if anyone pops in. Um, but, I just checking some of my screen again. Thank you for the hearts. I just saw someone's giving hearts. Thank you. I appreciate that. Still not sure who's here, but thank you. I appreciate you. So I'm getting a prompt to. This is something I've been getting a prompt to do lately, which is just I've got my Remember Be Here Now book by Ram Dass, and I'm getting a prompt to just flip it open and see what pops up and just talk about that. And again, anyone who's watching, feel free to ask questions, suggest topics, whatever you like, if you feel like it. So yeah, I'm just getting a prompt to just flip it open, see what pops up, and we can talk about it. So I think someone else just popped in. Hi, welcome. How are you? Feel free to ask questions, suggest topics, whatever you would like to talk about. Until then, I'm just going to ramble and talk about what I'm being prompted to talk about, I guess. So yeah, I've got my Ram Dass Remember Be Here Now book, and I'm just getting a prompt to flip it open, see what pops up, and let's discuss, see what's being said. So I don't know. All right. Okay, so okay, this is interesting. So this is actually kind of interesting. Popped open to this page here, and it's talking about you've got to be quiet inside to do that kind of photography. It's very easy to photograph inanimate objects like other people. but turn the lens right in on the very stuff you're hiding in. Shoot the camera this way. Very powerful stuff. So all I can do all the time is to cool myself out. That's all I'm doing. I do nothing but sadhana. If somebody says, what do you do, man? I think this actually popped open on one of the lives that I did recently. I say I do sadhana, but don't you lecture. Sure, lecturing happens, but I'm doing my sadhana. This trip is helping me get free of my ego, because if I get free of my ego, we all get free of our ego, because that's the way the trip works, because we're all the same being, and that's the problem. We can only move as fast as we all can move. You can hear this message only as purely as I am pure. That's the way it boils down. I can resonate with you in the highest place I am, so I can do nothing for you but work on myself. You can do nothing for me but work on yourself. Actually, you know what? That's actually really cool. Hi, Lex. How are you? Thank you for joining. Feel free to ask questions or suggest topics if you want. Thank you for joining. Welcome. So what I find really cool about this is, as I just said, I just went live with Julie. Like I said, I forgot to link her YouTube before I went live on here, so I'll add it in after in the description. But I was just live with Julie, and we just talked about this, about how, in fact, I had expanded on something that she was saying, and I expanded, and I was saying how it's almost it's in a sense more effective to, like, yes, in the illusion of the external, if there's the illusion need of boundaries and help, absolutely utilize that stuff. I'm gonna get to you in a second here, Lex. But so it's okay to utilize those illusion tools if that arises. I still like to help where I can. With that being said, trying to fix or whatnot, the external is just a hologram, and it's in a sense more effective to do the inner work, because we are mind to mind, we are one mind, and working on yourself can't do anything but affect everyone, because we are all one being, we are all one mind. And that I just talked about this like just moments ago, and I've happened to flip open on this page saying that is really cool. And that's what it's talking about being a photographer, being the photographer, turning the lens and on the very stuff you're hiding. So that's just, again, reflecting the fact that everyone and everything external is a reflected metaphor of something we're choosing to cling to within. So again, if we're seeing a reflection of something that's not loving, not peaceful, not oneness, not unity, not equality, if it's not feeling good in some way, it is an opportunity to go within and do the mental cleanup, because they're reflecting some sort of metaphor. It's a metaphor that they're reflecting of something that we're clinging to inside ourselves. Even if it's not the exact thing that we're witnessing or hearing, it is a metaphorical reflection of that. And again, we're always pure, like they said, when it boils down to, I resonate with you in the highest place I am, because so we are that purest form. That is what we are. It's illusion that we're not. With that being said, that's the whole other point too. We can only move as fast as we can all move, as in, it's something I often talk about. Nobody gets left behind or forgotten. This whole thing about there's a split happening and some people aren't going to make it and some people do. Absolutely not. That's an ego-lie game of hierarchy, of which we're here to melt away. It's not real, doesn't even exist. We are all walking each other home arm in arm together. No one gets left behind. No one gets forgotten. And in truth, we're all home already anyway. We never left. So this is really beautiful, and I'm really glad I popped open that page. So I'm going to leave it open. I might circle back to it in a few moments, but I want to see what Lex said here. So hope you're well. Thank you. I hope you're well too. I appreciate it. And now she's saying, I wonder what my text to Logan made him feel, or if it landed. And then she said, so sweet. So wondering what your text to Logan made him feel, or if it landed. Like landed as in like resonated, or if he received. So first of all, I'm getting the reminder, and I know there's something else coming after this, so just bear with me. So with where I'm at with my awakening and remembering of what this actually is, it's very much a, when I'm working with anybody, it's not a matter of focusing in on other people. We're not here, there's no wrong. It's just with operating with me, we're not here to we're quote unquote not here to do that, because there is no other, and it is about oneself. So there is that gentle reminder there that what matters is how you're feeling about the situation. How do you feel about whether he felt good about the text or felt bad about the text? How are you feeling? Is that's causing tension in yourself? And that's opportunity for you to do mental cleanup on that. So when I say mental cleanup, in case anyone's wondering what I mean by that, so mental cleanup. So um, you name the feeling that you're feeling. So say it's I'm just going to give a random example that has nothing to do with any of this. So, say anxiety. So, say you're feeling anxiety. So, I feeling anxiety, and the thought that goes with it is um, I'm starting my first day on my job, and I'm afraid that or you can even stop it on I'm starting my first day on my job, and I'm anxious about that. Or I'm starting my first day on my job, and oh my god, my root chakra just went off. It feels good. It's just a bit distracting, and it's also confirmation for me on what I'm saying. Um, so the feeling is anxiety, and the thought is I'm starting my first job, my first day on my job, which is I'm afraid is not necessarily going to go well, or I won't. We'll go with, and I'm afraid I'm not going to fit in. There we go. My first day on my job, I'm afraid I'm not going to fit in. And then for me, I'll do visual. You can do whatever form works for you, but I do a visual. Lately, it's been I've got these dagger swords, and the dagger swords represents the thought and the feeling, and then I stab it into the ground, which the ground represents God or true self, whatever. Excuse me, whatever you want to label it. So that's with the intention of my giving it to that, giving it away. And then I sit with truth. So I remind myself, I'm not the body. I'm beyond space and time. All things work together for good. All is well. Everything is working for me, not against me. Help me see all as I see thyself. Help me see all as thyself. I'm home now. I'm loved, loving, and lovable always, as is all. So I'll just sit with truth with that. And then if I need to go back and repeat the same thought and feeling, or say the same feeling in different thought, or a different feeling in the same thought, or a completely different thought and feeling, do it as many times as you need. But even if you're only doing a quick blip of it, and if you only do it once in a while, that's okay, because it's still doing something. So there is that reminder there with that it's important to focus in on yourself and how you're feeling about the situation, and if it's not feeling good in any way, doing the work on yourself, because everything is coming from within. Everything in our quote unquote external, because there really is no external, but everything in our external is a projected hologram. There is actually nothing in front of us. It may look and feel like it's solid, but it's really not. So there was that reminder, and then just give me a moment, because I know that I'm going to take a sip here too. I can feel there's something else here. Hang on. So physically, I'm definitely, this hand especially is really being gripped onto quite strongly. And I can feel, again, when I say these things, I acknowledge that there's no separate energy. It's I'm one with it, and it's God. But I can feel like energy right in front of me, and I want to, like, it's coming through as the form of Eric, and he's just smiling really big, and my side just got tickled. So that's more physical confirmation. Just give me a moment. Let me just focus a bit more and let myself receive what he's giving. Hang on. I'm seeing I'm seeing him nodding with the whole did it land? I'm seeing him nodding. Okay, now if I'm trusting myself on what I'm receiving, and I do apologize if I end up getting this wrong, but what I'm receiving about it is the feeling that comes with the text with him. You can tell me if it resonates or not. And again, we're not really to be focusing on other people, so we're not really probably going to get too much about this, but the feeling that I'm getting is like confusion, like a level of confusion. My foot just got tickled, so to me that's confirmation what I'm receiving. So confusion as in he's conflicted in his feelings about it. So I hope that makes sense and resonates. I'm not really getting anything more on that. but I do hope that resonates. And like I said, I know the main part is for you to focus on yourself and how you're feeling about it. So, yeah, let me know if that resonates. I hope it does. And thank you for asking. I appreciate it. And again, if for anyone else who's here too, if you guys have, or and same with you, Lex, if you have another question, if anyone has any questions or topic suggestions that you want me to talk about, please feel free to ask and whatnot. It does resonate. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for confirming that for me. And I am glad for you that it resonates as well. So thank you for that. Yeah, so feel free to ask questions. What do I usually channel? As in like characters and topics and whatnot. For me, so my channeling, so there's the reminder there first that we all channel. We're always channeling, and it's either we're channeling either our own made up tools of ego, shadow, illusion, false evidence appearing real, or we're channeling truth, love, God, our true self. So, oh, hi, Haran. Haran's here. How are you, Haran? And hi, I speak my truth. Absolutely feel free to ask a question, please. So I channel, yes, Haran's right in the sense that I channel everything. So, I can, well, so first of all, we all can channel. It's either like untruth or truth. So when I'm channeling, like, so Eric is like one of my main spirit guides and my spirit husband, but really what is that, like one spirit guide versus another, one spirit team versus another? There really isn't. It's all the same. So Robin Williams is another one of my main spirit guides that I channel. But when I say that, again, I recognize he is me and he's a character that I'm making up, and it's all just God playing pretend. So I technically channel anyone and anything. I've even channeled like cartoons. Like I've channeled Mickey and Minnie Mouse, you know. But then we talk about pretty much anything. But the thing is, when we talk about things and when I channel, and you can kind of see my process, my progress that I've made throughout the illusion of the year since I've hit my awakening about what I channel and how I channel it. I've come to remember more now that, you know, if it's not loving, it's not real. So when I'm channeling and when I'm talking about things, spirit never indulges in stuff like conspiracy theories. My foot just got tickled, thank you. Conspiracy theories and evil and all that. None of that, like, it's actually real. They might talk about it and they might give, like, sure, they might be able to give some evidential proof in the illusion, but the message that always comes along with it is, but remember, it's not actually real. If it's not loving, it's not real. Remember, it's a dream that you're making up. It is you. Those are the messages that always come. So my channeling and my work, I'm here to, first of all, it's for me to remember that I am God, this is a dream I'm making up, and remember and be and allow that. Zooming down a little bit, when in the illusion of working with others and doing this work, I'm here to help you help yourself through and out of illusion, to not keep indulging in it. Which is why I know some people get a little deterred from listening to and working with me, because I won't indulge in like what the ego loves, the juicy, gossipy little details of what actually happened in with this scenario or with this person, and what's going on behind the scenes, and the shadow government and the Illuminati and the spiritual. Like, the only spiritual war is the one with inside ourself, where we're choosing to cling to ego, and struggling to accept and allow and do the work to allow what we truly are. So I hope that answers a little bit and makes sense, and thank you for asking that. So let's see here. So Buddy Mullins says, is your chair leather? No, it's not leather. I'm actually sitting on a couch, and it's an older couch too, and yeah, you can tell it's an older couch, but no, it's not leather. It's very much just some sort of soft material. Like, don't ask me what kind, because I have no idea. I don't know this stuff. So no, it's not leather. Haran says, just finished my meal from my fast. Was it yummy? I hope you enjoyed it. Do you mind my asking what you had? And then I Speak My Truth says, what do I need to know? I'm open to a general message I need to hear. All right, let's see. I always take a sip of something before I like tune in. And I don't know. It's like I all of a sudden hits me that I feel thirsty, and I don't know. I feel like it helps me focus. I don't know. So just give me a moment here. I just realized this is something I do every time I go to answer a question. I take a sip of whatever drink I have with me. That's funny. Okay, so let's see. So I speak my truth is saying, what do I need to know? I'm open to a general message I need to hear. Okay. Well, right away, my foot and my side just got, it was a little bit more subtle, but it just got tickled. So I know that's confirmation on what I'm about to receive and allow through. And I just got tickled again. Okay. What would you guys like to say? You guys are true self words. Okay, so again, you can tell me if this resonates and makes sense for you in whatever way. Because right away I was getting a visual of like a golden crown, um, like a king's crown or something like that, and like a royalty crown, and 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 I'm hearing the song from Princess Diaries 2, that song Crowning Glory. This will be your crowning glory. Um, Now, it's not in the sense that like you're like royalty over anyone else. That's not what that is. That's a illusion of hierarchy and ego, and that's not what we're here for anymore. It's not wrong or bad, but it's not truth. What this is representing, because we are royalty, we are divine, like royalty as in divine. Um, so this will be your crowning glory. The feeling that I'm getting with this and with the visual of the crown, so crown chakra, which again is the chakra system's even metaphor, but the metaphor of the crown chakra, opening, allowing. It almost I'm getting the feeling, again, you can correct me if I'm wrong in receiving this, but I'm getting a feeling that you almost, my foot just got tickled. Okay, that it's almost like you question if you're getting it, if it's all my words might be a little awkward. I'm asking for help with my words, but almost like you question, like, so like I said, are you, if you're getting it, if it's worth it. Worth it might not be the right words, but under that kind of umbrella, possibly. If you are making the progress, and there is that, so there's that confirmation for you of like, keep going, and you are doing it, and to keep trusting yourself. And I'm getting the prompt to say, if you're going through what looks like, say, a dark night of the soul now or at any point, just remember it's for a reason. And it's a really, and I mean, this is a good reminder for myself, because I still have moments where I go through it too, but just, it is a good opportunity to really face and feel the untruth that we've made up. I'm getting tickled again, that we've made up and chose to cling to. And that's beautiful, because when you face and feel it, you're able to then do that mental cleanup when you're ready, and you're able to let it go. And it's in such a big way than when it's more subtle and ding. um, so, and then just, I'm just seeing you just being hugged and held and carried and lifted. And there's just that reminder there of like, you're not alone, and you are carried, and you are loved, and it is okay, and it is all well, and it is all working for you, even if you can't see it. And just like, so just keep going. So let me know. I hope that makes sense and resonates. And thank you for asking. Um, and then Lex says, I was in a crash, and, um, Peanut, who is my best friend's brother, died, and I've had a lot of issues with that. Okay. Well, first of all, my heart's with you with that. As much as I have the knowing that, things like that, like transitioning, like quote unquote, death isn't real. I'm in the illusion that it does look and feel real. And, I just a couple years ago, I had to transition my dog, and then my dad, he's fine now. It ended up working out, but my dad just went through a whole thing with cancer and had to have surgery. And so, I'm definitely in illusion with that too as well. So my heart's with you with that. So let me just read that again. I was in a crash, and Peanut, who was my best friend's brother, died, and I've had a lot of issues with that. So, whew, it's making me want to cry, but because it's just so loving. I'm seeing him hugging you now. Am I, see, this is, I get nervous, because I'm like, what if I'm getting it wrong? Was he in any way or at any point, like, was he like thin and like shorter brown hair possibly? And if I'm getting that wrong, I'm so sorry. But I do know, what I do know for sure that I am seeing is him hugging you. Oh my God. Sorry, holy shit, my whole chakra system, especially my root and my crown chakra, just went off. Again, it doesn't hurt, it feels good, but it's strong and it's distracting. But oh shit, sorry. I also know though too, this is confirmation on what I'm receiving as well. So even if I got the looks description wrong, I know that I am seeing him hugging you and holding you. Um, I'm seeing him like, my foot just got tickled. Thank you. So that's very strong confirmation on this. I'm seeing him like, so I'm seeing a visual of like you like having tears like coming down your face, and like he's just like wiping the tears like very lovingly with, and it's again, it's not in any kind of like romantic or weird way, but it's just very loving and very gentle, very beautiful, very much like what we are as spirit, you know, and he's just like very like lovingly just wiping your tears, and it's making me want to cry, but again, it's just because it's really beautiful and really loving. He's saying it's okay. Saying it's okay. I'm always here with you. I didn't go anywhere. And just please, please, please know that all it is I just stopped playing with the illusion of suffering. With the reminder there that we're not even in here doing this. There is no illusion of suffering, technically. But it's just a very big, strong reminder of he is more than okay. And now I'm actually seeing laughter and whatnot. There's like almost, and I mean, you can tell me if this would be like what his personality would be like, but it's like, and I mean, spirit in general is like this, just a loving, like loving, playfully teasing. Because I'm feeling like laughter and just, and again, the ego might get a little bit uppity, but spirit is very loving and there is a teasing and playfulness with it, and I am feeling him like poking at you and teasing and going, you guys are actually just jealous because I'm here and I'm not in it, I'm not in the illusion of suffering, you know. But it's again not that we're actually in it, but it's just that it's a very playful way to try and bring laughter and humor to it. You know, not that we're actually jealous or anything, but it's just more of that playful oomph of, you know, I'm more than okay, and it's beautiful and it's bliss and all that stuff. So I hope that resonates and makes sense. And thank you for asking. And Ronan from France, hello. Actually, that's funny. France has been surfacing for me lately, so that's interesting. Hello, Ronan, welcome. And Haran, and what are your feelings about it? What are you in reference to there, Haran? Thank you, though. And then Lex says that's positive, and Haran goes, it sure was. Okay, so it was good. So Haran had a potato and cucumber. Actually, cucumber's been surfaced for me lately, too. That's really funny. Mayo salad, bowl of spaghetti, zucchini and carrot soup, dates, some bites with chili sauce, and then a bowl of couscous. That does sound really yummy. That sounds really good. That's awesome. I'm glad that you were able to enjoy that, especially after fasting. That I bet that was extra delicious after fasting. So then Haran says, my question, did Spirit Inspire push me to successfully stop using my phone during time for... Okay, let me read this. I got distracted. Let me focus. Okay. My question, did Spirit inspire and push me to successfully stop using my phone during dinner time for the last couple of days? Well, I mean, first of all, like I'm feeling laughter again, and it's more Eric kicking through, just going like, trust yourself. Like, yo, dude, trust yourself. Sorry, there's some resistance kicking in there. Excuse me, sorry, ding, and then there's a ding, so there you go. So trust yourself with it. And now again, there's the reminder that like it is you. So it's not just spirit, it's you that's also doing it, which you know. And I'm seeing a nodding. Like now the feeling that I'm getting with it is, as much as there's a yes there, it was again, you were wanting this and you did allow it. And so that helped. So then you got that quote unquote help, that push, that... Is that making sense what I'm saying? So I hope that's making sense. And then I speak my truth as face and feel what I'm going through, a feeling right now, healing from from a relationship. And that's just it. So face and feel all the feels, everything that you're feeling, let yourself feel and face it. So as much as, yes, I talk about like the mental cleanup aspect of like letting things go, and sitting with truth, the first part of it is letting yourself face, feel, and embrace where you're at. Resistance is futile. Whatever resists persists. Plus, just within the illusion on a normal human function psychology level, whatever you push down and ignore, it bubbles up until eventually you explode in some way, either through, you snap, or, it makes you physically sick. You can develop ulcers, anxiety issues, sleep issues, So again, those are illusion gameplays. It's just the point of, you really do, regardless, you have to fully face, feel, and embrace what you're feeling and what's going through you. So if you're not feeling good in some way, let yourself feel it. Let yourself cry. Let yourself be angry. Now, I'm not saying go like snap on another person or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But let yourself feel the emotions that you're feeling and embrace where you're playing pretend at. Like, I'll use myself as an example. I went to the dentist the other day, and there was a part of my gums, and everything's fine. She couldn't even see anything. But one part of my gums, the back, was kind of hurting, and I expressed that to her, and so even though I know that pain isn't real, even though I know I'm not the body, even though I know illness isn't real, I still embrace the fact that I'm playing with that illusion, and I will actively do things in the physical to help myself with that as well. So fully face, embrace, and feel where you're playing at and playing pretend at, or with what's ever surfacing, and then when you're ready, do that mental cleanup in order to let that stuff go. So I hope that answers your question, helps a little bit. Let me know. My hurt and pain. Yeah, yes, exactly. You gotta, fully face and feel it, your hurt and pain. I think that's what you're referring to, Harn. Absolutely. That's what Harn said. And then I Speak My Truth says, some days I have moments of darkness and uncertainty with certain things. And that's not that right there too is an example. Let yourself feel, face, and embrace that. Like, let yourself acknowledge completely that is where you're at, that you are feeling this darkness and you are feeling this uncertainty and whatnot. And it's actually a good thing when we're in a place of uncertainty and we don't know what to do, because that's when we can really surrender, when we can turn to spirit, God, our true self, and go, I don't know what to do, show me, and make it obvious. And I have done that. And it can be, when the more we do this, it'll be in a space where you've realized after you've started getting up and doing something that you've gotten up and done it. It's that easy, So, and remember, again, those moments of darkness too are a really good space to let yourself feel and face that stuff that's surfacing, because we don't always necessarily recognize that we're holding on to these ego lies, the illusion, the shadow, the not feeling good, because we distract ourselves with so much stuff and we repress it down. So when we're in that moment of darkness, it's just a surfacing of things that need to be surfaced in order to feel it, in order to let it go. So again, I hope that's making sense. And if you need more clarification, I'll try to do my best with that as well. And yes, like Harn said, all that isn't feeling good. Exactly. And Lex says, yes, thank you. And then Harn says, time is such bullshit because it feels like yesterday since you told me your dog left. Time is definitely not real or linear. It's an imagined construct. And it's useful. It's a useful tool to do, like an imagined tool to do what we made it up to do, which is keep us in the illusion of separation and aging and death and whatnot. But no, it's not real. And it is interesting. I was actually was it during the live, or was this Harn? Was it you? Someone, I think I'm getting stuff mixed up, but I think it was during one of the lives, and we got talking. My knee just got tickled. Thank you. We just got talking about how it's really interesting how, like, something happens, and then, like, the next day you go on vacation or you hang out with friends, and then, like, the next day it's like you have these memories, but it feels like it didn't even actually happen, because it didn't even actually happen. There was no past. You didn't actually go do that stuff. We're home now, and we're imagining it all in every now. So yeah, time isn't real. It's an illusion, and there's only now. So now this has been happening lately when I get messages that are it's asking for either for me to show or hide. It's not letting me show it and this is happening every time lately. So Lex is saying, he hit me when I was pregnant going 160 miles per hour. It's been so hard, I'm crying. He had a crazy laugh and teasing is all he did. LOL. Sounds just like him. Oh, thank you for confirming that. So that does. Okay. So that sounds like him. Thank you so much for confirming that. I really appreciate it. So, okay, so I can see why that there's been, you've probably been in, a mix of emotions when it comes to that. And, I'm seeing, again, I'm seeing you guys hugging each other, and actually my knee's getting tickled as I'm saying this too. I'm seeing you guys hugging each other, and I'm actually seeing you guys doing like the prayer hand head bow, and just like this see feeling of like just this mutual like gratitude, which gratitude is a part of our like state of being, but this mutual gratitude that you guys have for, now again, I'm saying this with acknowledgement, we're not even separate souls, we're not separate characters, it's all God. So with that being said, I'm seeing the two of you hugging each other, and just this mutual gratitude for the roles you both played. You played your role perfectly, and he played his role perfectly, and you know, him playing the role that he did, and you guys going through what you guys went through is helping you with this self work. It's helping you to face the illusion of things like, and yeah, this again, this is just feels so powerful. This is a huge gift in the sense that, and again, the ego might struggle with hearing this, but it is a really big gift in the sense that you're able to fully face in a big way the illusion of death and separation, and whatnot, and pain. And so this is really good opportunity. My nose is getting stroked if anyone wants to practicing energy plus more confirmation of what I'm saying. So really good opportunity again to fully face, feel, and embrace this, and then do the mental cleanup and let it go, and allow. And when you do that, you do allow more of what's real to take over. And again, all of everyone, all our loved ones, everyone is right here with us. And when you do this work and you do let these things go, it allows them to shine through, because there's not a matter of like they found you, or they're there versus here or anything like that. It's they're always here, which it is just us, but they're always here waiting for us to just let them through, let them shine through, and this helps with that. So sorry, my nose is itchy. I swear I'm not picking at it, it's just itchy. So that's definitely coming through with that. And again, just like the hugging and just so much love, and the reminder, it's okay, and I love you, and I'm here, and we're together. So again, I hope that's helping. Harn says the Jutes and dates hit differently after fasting. They hit differently, eh? Years, not days. Yeah, right. He also said years, not days. And then Lex says, let's see here. The crash in his death caused my best friend's sister and I to no longer be friends, but I still hope they are healing, even though they treated me badly. Yeah, so that, first of all, that's beautiful to sit with love with them. That's because love is what is. So if we're able to again fully feel and embrace where you're at, and if feelings of tension toward them surface, let yourself feel it and whatnot. But then if you are able to sit with love with that, absolutely. And there is, there's also lessons in that too. I was actually just talking in the previous live I was just doing with Julie about how I've got a certain character in my life that I love very dearly, someone who's been very close to me for many years, like over 15, 20 years. And in the past year, things came to a head, and our physical characters cannot be friends right now. With that being said, she's here with me right now. I've heard her speak to me. I felt her hold my hand. In fact, she just gripped onto my hand right now as I said it. So there is just that. I'm getting a prompt to share that with you, because you do have the ability to let this best friend of yours and whatnot, to shine through with you right now. Now, it's not necessarily going to be, like I said, the physical character might just show up, but might not show up at your door and knock on your door and whatnot. In truth, we can have it that way happen, but the being that she is and that you're one with is right there with you. And again, talk with that being. If this stuff surfaces, if any kind of pain or upset, or even just expressing love and whatnot to her, you can do that right now. Just look wherever you want, because like they're everywhere, and then they'll present wherever you're looking, and just talk to her. Just talk to her, talk to him. He's right there too. You're never alone, and all is with you always. And my heart's with you, and I'm going to keep doing my work on myself, and I'll keep holding you and them in a positive heart space, and knowing how loved and carried and supported and guided you guys always are. And thank you for sharing all of this with me and with us. Sorry. So I Speak My Truth says, thank you. That makes sense. Thank you. You're very welcome. That makes sense. Oh, it's good. It making sense. Good. I did a Reiki session just now for my root chakra. My stomach just got tickled, and a lot of fears and negative self-talk came up, and a lot of pain that was in my root chakra. Maybe I can work on that. Absolutely. So again, like the chakra system is also just a metaphor. With that being said, absolutely, I get that stuff surfaces when my root chakra will align with that as well. I'll get certain things surface, and then I'll have a root chakra release, and that's always fun. So yes, absolutely, that's surfacing for a reason, and that is stuff that you can quote unquote work on. Absolutely, because like we don't really have work to do, but it is work to let it go. It's a little contradictory, but absolutely, and I'm really glad that makes sense. So thank you for sharing. And then I Speak My Truth says, and you mentioned golden crown chakra, and I saw a vision through my little Reiki of people who were golden, looked like men. Not sure if I imagined this. Oh, that's interesting. That's really cool. Now remember, we're imagining all of this, even the characters. Like even Robin Williams is a character I'm imagining and making up. I'm a character I'm imagining making up, and that you guys are imagining making up. You guys are characters that I'm imagining making up. So in that sense, technically, yes, this is imagination. With that being said, trust yourself. As long as it's like loving and peaceful and unity and oneness, trust it. There's a reflection of truth there. It's spirit that's shining through, which you're one with, and it's God. But trust yourself. If it's not loving, if it's not peaceful, if it seems scary or dark, it's just a reflection of our ego, shadow, illusion, false evidence appearing real. It's not actually real, and it's again opportunity to fully face and embrace that, and then do the work to let it go. So trust yourself with that. That's really cool that you were seeing golden looked like men. People who were golden looked like men. That's really cool. I actually had a visual. Now it wasn't little, and it wasn't an animate object, but I had a visual where, if I remember, not even a visual, it was a memory hit. I think my body was asleep in this, and I woke up with a memory hit of, we were in a line. It was one after the other, and it was my turn. We laid on this table, and it was like we were then like pulled from our body, and then we were sucked into, it looked like a giant, like, is it like Grammy? No, Grammy's the Oscars. I think it's the Oscars that are like the golden man, like the golden person, golden humanoid statue. It was like we were like sucked into that. So I know that's not exactly what you're talking about, but it is interesting that there's something about golden figures that we see. But again, when we look at how everything is a metaphor, and then the gold crown and crown chakra and whatnot, it makes sense in that sense. So that's kind of cool. I just got the prompt to share that little story with you. So thank you for sharing that with us as well. And then I Speak My Truth says, sending you love, yes. Sending you love, Lex. And yes, always sending you love, sitting with love with you. Oh, no, no worries. So, Small Army first said, shut up. And then they go, wrong chat. So sorry. No worries. Hello. And then they said, hi, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. If you have any questions or stuff you want me to talk about or whatnot, please feel free to comment. And then I Speak My Truth says, thank you. And then that's interesting. And then he also says, it wasn't little. Oh, it wasn't little. I thought it was little. But it was men in a crowd, and they were golden, like they were surrounded by golden glitter. Oh, that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. To me, now my knee's getting tickled. I see that as, now again, we're all spirit, but I'm seeing how it's like spirit's always there. And you're letting yourself see that in some of these characters. So that's pretty cool. Thank you for sharing that with me. And like I said, trust yourself with the visuals. Like, excuse me, when I receive visuals, like, there are times where like I'm getting a visual, but I can physically also feel what's happening in this as well. So, but again, if it's not loving, it's not real. So that's a really, really big one that I really want to help remind everyone who tunes in with this stuff, especially if you're working on allowing our true shared abilities to shine through. It's a big, hard lesson that I went through when it comes to this stuff. If it's not loving, it's not real. Big lesson on that. And then Miana says, I think that's how I say your name. What's your opinion about the dark romance books? I'm not sure what the dark romance books are, if you wouldn't mind maybe explaining, or like just kind of letting me know. Don't have to go into big detail or anything, but just kind of maybe giving me some clarification on that. What I can say in general is, in general with anything, thanks for, I speak my truth, says thanks for the read. You're very, very welcome. Thank you for asking questions. I really appreciate it. And if you have any more, if anyone else has any other questions, please feel free. Questions, topics, whatever. So I'm not sure about what the dark romance books are, but if before I get clarification, if I get clarification, what I can say in general, when it comes to anything really, where I'm at when it comes to my opinions on things, I can definitely fall into ego judgment with stuff, absolutely. With that being said, I know that if I'm in tension or judgment over anything or anyone, I know that I am believing a lie from ego, my own made up tool from ego, and it's opportunity again for me to work on that. So, again, if the illusion tool of boundaries and help surfaces, and the need for help surfaces, that's okay to utilize that. I still like to help where I can. At the same time, it's really important to remember what the truth of things are. So I won't, again, this is why some people get deterred from working with me or wanting to listen to the stuff that I have to say, because I won't ever indulge in things that things are actually bad, or conspiracy theories are real, or, there's a galactic war, or, this person, what happened with this person's quote unquote death, because it's all just stories we're making up, and everything external, again, it's a projected hologram that's coming from within. And what happens when you try to reach out and grab onto a hologram and utilize it? Nothing. There's nothing there, right? So, let's see here. Okay, so Mina's, Miana. I'm sorry, I'm just going to call you M, because I feel like I'm getting your name wrong. So M is saying, so M kind of gave clarification. So it's when the male main character fell in love with the female main character, and he's stalking the girl and kills every guy, even looks at her the wrong way. Okay, so basically just a very, like, obsessive and toxic and stalky kind of. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, with that, that for me is, again, it's a reflection my hands are getting gripped onto, especially this one, quite strongly. This hand's getting very strong gripped onto, and this one too, but especially my pinky finger for some reason. So and my stomach just got tickled. Thank you. So that's all confirmation what I'm about to say. So I'm going to focus in on myself, and I'm going to use I language. For me personally, that's a reflection of ego lie stuff that I'm definitely working on, and that I've been clinging to when it comes to men and relationships and intimacy and all of this stuff. Definitely stuff that I need to continue to face and work on. Absolutely. I can easily see that 100%. Not even difficult for me at all. So for me, this is very much, not even for me, this is what it is. Stuff like that, again, it's a reflection of untruth that I'm choosing to cling to, and it's opportunity for me to work on it. Now, what is this also, like, what is the blanket, like, what is underneath this, what's the truth underneath, and what's the blanket that I'm putting on? Well, when I look at what are we actually, we are love, and we're always being watched, and we're always being held. And so this is my false evidence appearing, my made up, illusioned, false evidence appearing real blanket that I've placed over top of the love that's actually here. So I'm looking at God, our true self, the love that we are, as stalking, as attacking, as, and then clinging onto my illusion of separation as well, and the illusion that death is real. So this is all, again, really good opportunity to face some of our really deep rooted illusions that we're choosing to cling to. Like I said, death is real. We've separated. God attacks, love attacks, and whatnot. So again, it's a metaphor that we've blanketed over top of truth, but it's opportunity to do the self work on it. So, and again, if I'm in judgment over anything, I'm to work on myself with that, because in truth, again, we're not to judge ourselves for judging. There is no wrong. But if we're judging anything, we're judging ourselves. But then we're also judging ego, and we're, so it's all just a big, ego's insane, and it's a big insanity loop. So again, I hope that makes sense. And actually, this kind of brings up. Actually, this is perfect. This brings up what I flipped to. I got the prompt at the beginning of this to flip open a page from my Ram Dass Be Here Now, Remember Be Here Now book, and this actually kind of, and M says okay with a thumbs up. This actually reflects what I was just talking about. This is actually really cool. So said Hannah, you've got to be the quiet inside to do that kind of photography. It's very easy to photograph quote unquote inanimate objects like other people, because other people are just, the characters are just costumes. They're not real, and they're inanimate objects. We're imagining the bodies inside of ourselves. But turn the lens right in on the very stuff you're hiding. So again, everything and everyone, these even actual inanimate objects, like even a hairbrush, is a metaphor of something that you're reflecting outward, and it's spirit too. So everyone and everything, turn the lens right in on the very stuff you're hiding. And so if it's not feeling good, it's something that you've been hiding within yourself, and you've allowed it to project out and reflect back at you. Shoot the camera this way. Very powerful stuff. So all I can do all the time is to cool myself out. That's all I'm doing. I do nothing but sadhana. If somebody says, what do you do, man? I say, I do sadhana. Sure, but don't you lecture? Sure, lecturing happens, but I'm doing my sadhana. The trip is helping me get free of my ego, because if I get free of my ego, we all get free of our ego, because that's the way the trip works, because we're all the same being, and that's the problem. We can only move, not actual problem, and I'll get to that in a second, but we can only move as fast as we can all move. You can hear this message only as purely as I am pure. That's the way it boils down. I can resonate with you in the highest place. I am. So I can do nothing for you but work on myself, and you can do nothing for me but work on yourself. So that's really cool. That goes back to, so this goes back to what, like I talked about this at the beginning, but this connects with what we're talking about here, even with these dark romance books or whatever it's called. It really is. It's a reflection of something that we're choosing to cling to inside. It's a metaphor. So turn the lens on what it is that we're trying to hide. Go within and figure out what it is within that we're clinging to, and do that work. And again, we're all one. So I can't do anything but work on you if I'm working on myself, because we are one mind. We're not separate beings. So that being said, also to judge anyone or anything, again, is to judge oneself, because it is oneself, but it's also not oneself in the sense that we're not actually here doing this. It's a paradox, it's contradictory, but that's just what it is. It's oneself because we're making it up and we're imagining it, but it's not oneself because we're not actually even doing this at all, and we're not here. So that's kind of cool. And but I don't know. See, I was getting the prompt to share this as well, but I actually don't know if I have access to it right now, and I really don't want to, close out or like minimize my live right now in order to find this on my, well, I know where it is on my other phone, but in order to get to it, I would have to minimize the live, which would pause the live, and I don't want to do that. So it's I'm just double checking if there's, feel free if you have any other questions or anything you guys want me to talk about, please feel free to do as such. I'm just looking, I'm going to see if I can find it really quick on, I know I've posted this so many times, but it's just a matter of, see, I don't even know if I can find it. I wish I had, yeah, no, it's going to be, I don't want to close my live. There's something that I have that I've written out and I wanted to share it, but, I can't, I'd have to minimize this, and I don't want to have to do that. Hi Karen. Karen says, howdy, sparkly soul. People are blessed to see you live in a few days apart. Aw, thank you so much. You are so kind to me. I appreciate you. You guys, you guys bless me just as equally, just by, just being, even if you don't tune in with this and whatnot. So I appreciate that. Remember, we're all one, and you are me, and that's really kind of you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Um, See, I'm really getting the urge to share this quote, this thing that I wrote out. Okay, just bear with me for a quick minute. I'm just going to. It's gonna possibly pause my live, but I will be right back. I'm gonna copy this and send it to myself so I can read it on here. So just hold on a second. Just bear with me. I'll be right back. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Almost there. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Hi. Sorry about that. You'd think that I would do this beforehand, but I didn't think that I'd get prompted to read this, but apparently I am getting prompted to read this, so that's a thing. So so speaking of all of that, so this is what I'd gotten a prompt. Oh, I wrote this out probably over a year ago, and I share it every once in a while. So it starts off first with a quote from A Course in Miracles, and it says, so this part's not from me. This is a quote from A Course in Miracles, and it says, "Projection makes perception." And again, hi to anyone who's tuning in. Please feel free to ask questions or suggest a topic for me to talk about, whatever you feel like doing. First, it starts with a quote from Course in Miracles. So it says, "Projection makes perception. The world you see is what you give it, nothing more than that." Sorry, there's resistance kicking in. Nothing more than that. "But though it is no more than that, it is not less. Therefore, to you it is important. It is the witness to your state of mind, the outside picture of an inward condition. As a man thinketh, so does he perceive. Therefore, seek not to change the world, but to choose to change your mind about the world. Perception is a result and not a cause, and that is why order of difficulty in miracles is meaningless. Everything looked upon the vision is healed and holy. Nothing perceived without it means anything." So before I continue reading what I have wrote down, I just want to throw out there. So perception is everything. It's a result, not a cause. And that's because, so everything external is a result of perception, but the perception is coming from the thoughts and feelings, beliefs, knowings that we're choosing to cling to within ourselves. So I just wanted to kind of clarify that for a second. And I'm going to get to the comments again in a moment. I'm just going to read through this really quick. So then I wrote what I got, the words that I got, that I received and that I wrote down is, quote unquote, "It does this to you," quote unquote, "They do that to you." What is it that is not you? What is they that is not you? For there is nothing outside of you. The external is your own made up playground. From your own organs to the band-aid you see lying on the sidewalk, from who you call enemy or villain, victim or hero, friend or family, you are that quote-unquote other. Your leg is the same as your arm, is the same as your blood, is the same as your lungs. Until you choose to define with ego, then through believing your made-up definition, you give it illusioned ego power that isn't even real. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Detach, detach, detach. You are the body, yet you are not the body. You are the external, yet you are not the external. How can that be so? The paradox of truth while playing pretend with illusion. I am not here doing this, yet I am make-believing it all, therefore it is all me. Yet it's only truly me when it's loving. One energy, one unified consciousness. I am you, and you are me, and me is us, and them, and we. Yet I am home now, I never left, I never separated. I am not me, I am not I. I am beyond the words and the definitions. Zoom out, out, out. Remember and unlimit yourself by remembering you were never limited in the first place. You're just choosing to play pretend with illusion of limitation. Nothing, my foot just got tickled. Nothing external has power over you, as your external is your own projected hologram. Nothing external has power over you because there is nothing external. You cannot be drained. You cannot be separate from what you truly are. You can only pretend to be. All is God's source, and that can never be broken. I want to share these quotes. Then I shared 2 quotes from Ram Dass. So first, when you've quieted your mind enough and transcend your ego enough, you can hear how it really is. So when you are a candle flame, when you are with a candle flame, you are the candle flame. And when you are with another being's mind, you are the other being's mind. When there's a task to do, you are the task. The mindless total quality of involvement that comes only when the ego is quiet and there is no attachment. It is only when you reside quietly in your own I don't know how to say the word, but it essentially means heart, that you become thy of total light and quote unquote unbearable compassion and infinite power. And then the other quote is that psychosis business is an interesting business. If you go through the doorway too fast and you're not ready for it, you're bound hand and foot and thrown into outer darkness. You may land anywhere, and lots of people end up in mental hospitals. The reason they do so is they went through the door with their ego on. They go on a huge ego trip, and it's called the messianic complex. It's called paranoid delusions of grandeur. And then he also talks about, which I forgot to have this quoted too, but then the other quote that I wanted to share was where he talks about, as long as you hold inside yourself yin and yang, then you have a world of outer darkness. If you hold inside yourself up and down, outer darkness, duality is not real. It takes freedom of thought and freedom from attachment. Let that stuff go. So that's, my foot just got tickled. So that I just got the prompt to share that. And some of that even reflected again, like even with what it was saying at the beginning of this, you've got to be quiet inside. So quiet the ego. Got to be quiet the ego. All right, so let's take a look here. So, oops, sorry. Let's see here. I'm just going to call it, I don't know how to say your name, so I'm just going to call you AK. AK, the King of Greece has just entered the live. Welcome. Thank you for joining. If you have any questions, please feel free to share. Or topic suggestions. And then Lila. Hi, Lila. How are you? Oh, thank you so much. She said I'm so pretty. Thank you. I appreciate that. I struggle. I know I'm not the body and whatnot, but it's a big lesson that I'm struggling to work on right now, and I'm highly, 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 highly insecure about my body and how I look. I don't like going outside because I just don't like people looking at me. I struggle even going live and making videos because I'm like, I don't want people looking at me. So, again, I know it's illusion. I know it's my ego going off. I know I'm not the body. I know that we're all equally beautiful. We can't not be, and it's a beauty that's beyond what we can even ever understand as the ego. But it's definitely something I'm struggling with. Lila says, be confident. She sends a bunch of hearts. Thank you. I'm sending you a bunch of hearts too from doing it right. And I'm working on the confidence. I know confidence is what we like, part of what we truly are, but not egoic confidence, a very loving, equal confidence, just because of like, there is nothing to be insecure, shame, like ego doesn't exist. So it's something I'm working on, but I'm in the illusion of struggle with it. Actually, it's kind of funny that you said, I appreciate this. There's a little bit of a synchronicity there, because I went to my one friend's place last night and I bussed home, and when I was walking back down from the bus, I always play, I always like tell Eric, God, our true self, to play DJ, and I hit shuffle, and it was so, the songs that he was playing was just so obvious, and I knew what they were. And the one song that he did play was Cover Girl by Big Time, is it Big Time Rush? No, it's a song, Cover Girl, and it's about like basically like how you're so insecure and it doesn't matter, like, I wish you could see the beauty that you actually are. It's what's underneath the skin. It's the beauty that shines within, and you don't have to like cover your body with baggy clothes. And it was just really beautiful, and it's I can just see it's a little synchronicity, but I can see that there. And Lila's saying yes. Thank you. And then Karen saying, why you are beautiful inside and out, Missy. Oh, thank you guys. And see, this is something I need to work on, because I immediately want to push it away and reject it. But then what am I doing? That is, again, this is all like, because the kindness and the love that you guys are giving to me right now, this is a reflection of what we truly are. And for me, like this, like my one to push away, that's my blocking, my ego that I'm allowing to surface and block the love that's actually here. So you guys are really kind, and thank you. And I'm just going to try and keep sitting with just saying thank you instead of rejecting it and saying, no, I'm not. Because that's what I want to do, is I want to go, no, I'm not. But instead I'm just trying to sit here and just say thank you. Okay. And then again, for some reason, the message is being held for review. I'm hitting show, but it's just not letting me. So I'm not restricting the messages, I swear. So AK here says, you're not pretty, more than that. Also the beauty from your inside is most interesting. Thank you so much. And you know what? It's that it is true. It would be most interesting. It's the real beauty that we actually are. Like this, Eric has said to me, through actually it was through Julie. Eric has said to me, like, why would I care about the wrapper when I've got the candy bar? You know, like, that's all the body is. And the wrap, like, the body doesn't even exist, but like, it's the whole point of because that's just it. The body's nothing. Like, it's nothing. It's what's inside, you know. And so I appreciate that. And again, it is something I'm working on. And just thank you for your kind words. You guys are yeah. I wasn't expecting all this love today. I'm just like, first, so like yesterday I got my Disney Plus for free, like, and the premium one for free for the next 30 days. The people living above me have been gone since yesterday evening, so I've had pretty much almost complete silence. And then someone paid for $100 gift certificate for me to take my mom for high tea on her birthday coming up on March 23rd. And now I'm on live and you guys are like giving me all these compliments and love, and I'm just like, what is happening? But this is a reflection of what is actually truly here, the love, the abundance, the kindness, the being held, the being carried, the supported. That is what's here, and this stuff's just going to happen more and more, and we're allowing it more. The world, when we look at the worlds or the illusion of the world right now, a lot of it can look really in judgment messed up, but I'm really trying to anchor onto it's just that the illusion's becoming more obvious, and it's for good reason, to help us face it in order to do the work and let it go. So just thank you guys. You guys are really kind, and I really appreciate that. Just thank you, and you guys are just as beautiful. And I just excuse me, sorry. Hang on, my mouth and throat's dry. Hang on. You guys are just as beautiful, and you guys are so kind, and just honestly thank you. You know, it's funny, I've been really adverse to going live and making videos for about the past year or so for various reasons. And you know, so a couple of those reasons really have been, again, I know it's illusion, it's ego that I'm allowing to play out and believe in. With that being said, you know, I've very much been in a space of people just don't give a shit. You know, almost every time I go live or upload a video, I lose a subscriber, or you know, no one seems to like, I know there'll be a few people that do, and I'm beyond appreciative for anyone who does comment or watch or subscribe or whatever, like beyond appreciative. And that's the stuff I should focus in on, including the fact that I'm doing this for myself. And I recognize that, but my ego will surface and get to me. And especially because of what I've gone through in the illusion of my past, my whole life, and then what has happened to me when it comes to spiritual community, when I hit my awakening. Again, no past, and it's stuff I need to work on, and and I've gotten better with it. But because of this stuff, it's really every time I see some sort of form of rejection or being ignored or what, it pushes me down back into even further into that place, in a sense of even further in a sense in that place of just I'm pointless, and you know, everything's hopeless, and like there's no reason for my being here, and why should I even try, and all that stuff. So again, I know it's ego lies I'm making up and believing in, and I'm working on it. With that being said, I appreciate you guys so much, because this is just such a difference from what I've been experiencing over the past year. And for me again, this is so zooming down, you guys are amazing as the characters that you are, and just thank you for the love and the support. And then zooming out, for me, it's also this is a reflection of the work I'm doing on myself, and to allow this to shine through, and that's more point proof for me for that. So so thank you so much for this. And then AK says interesting topic, credits from the King of Greece. And then Karen says, hug sent. Thank you. I'm hugging you back. I appreciate it. Then AK says, I will join your interesting live in 15 minutes. If you are still live, I'll be happy to participate. Question, subscribe is free. Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like it's, yeah, just subscribe to YouTube. Yeah, no, of course you don't need to pay to subscribe to my channel or anything like that. And yeah, if you do come back and if I'm still here and you come back, that would be amazing. If you want to ask questions, thank you for joining regardless. I appreciate it. And yeah, no, this is free. Now, of course, I do have services that I offer. I actually just made a post a few hours ago sharing what I'm offering. But this is free, so don't even worry about it. And that's just it. If you guys have questions, I'm not looking, I mean, tips and donations, of course, are always appreciated, but I'm not asking for money for any of this. This is just free and fun, and just hanging out and chatting and channeling and being together. So yeah, so no, this was really beautiful, and I just really appreciate you guys. Just thank you. I was not in any way expecting this much love. So I just see, and I'm laughing at myself because I want to go like, what is happening? Like, I don't know why. And I'm just like, duh, like this is what you're working toward and you're starting to allow, so enjoy it. So that's kind of funny. So thank you. I very much appreciate this. You guys are beautiful and amazing and just so kind, and I just appreciate you so much. I just keep getting notifications. Oh, that's funny. And my Zoom payments just processed, so that's kind of funny because I was just talking about my packages and some of my services that I offer are live channeling sessions, and it's either through oh, and a Stray Kid fan. It's just a Stray Kid fan subscribed to my channel, so thank you so much. But yeah, a couple of my packages that I offer are live readings, and it's either through Facebook Messenger or Zoom. So yeah, so that's it's kind of funny that we were just talking. I was literally just talking about that, and then my Zoom payment just processed. So that's kind of funny. And okay, oh, that was UAK that subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Join your letter, Miss. The King of Greece has just exited live. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Later. Subscribe, join you later. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you subscribing, and thank you for joining. And even if I'm not live, whenever you are done doing what you're doing, you want to come back, I will be going live again. Julie and I will be going live again. Like I said, we were just live on her channel. I'll post the link to her channel in the description. Since we just went live on hers, I have a feeling the next time we'll go live back on mine then. But when it's supposed to be Tuesday, but that might change because they're still fixing my ceiling, and he said he's coming Monday to put more of the mud down, and then he'll probably have to come back the next day, but drying time might need to take a little longer than that. So, but I'll make a post about that when that's clarified. And then, Karen says, about time. Everyone should get a reading with Chantal because she's talented and blessed. Oh, thank you so much. You're so kind to me. I appreciate that. And that's just it. In truth, that we all have the same equal talents, and we're all, of course, equally blessed and whatnot. And I just really appreciate you reflecting that about me, like focusing on me and this character's Tally. Just thank you for those reminders, and again, your kind words, and just see. And then this is where I know my ego's kicking. So go, I don't know why you're like, you're saying all this kind stuff about me, and I'm just like, oh my god. I can see what I'm doing, but that's amazing though, because again, this is great for me to like recognize that and then do the work on myself for it. So yeah, so thank you for that. So yeah, do you guys have any other questions or anything else you want me to talk about? We just hit, actually, it's funny, we just hit 1111 with the timing. So and so that's kind of funny. I know my eyes got drawn to the time of that for a reason. So Karen says, always welcome, because you need to appreciate who cool talented you are. Thank you. And thank you. I really appreciate that. And I am working on honoring the role that I'm playing in this as Tally, but also learning how to detach from it, and then remembering to, cause I want to use the word learning, but it's more like remembering to allow the love that I actually am, and that love that I actually am, I feel that love for myself and for all, and it's not even a separate love. It's actually interesting. The other day I had asked Eric to just flood me with how he feels about me. And I wasn't feeling anything that night, but the next morning I ended up like in a space where I'm just sitting here which it's not uncommon, but I that morning I sat here and I ended up sobbing over my love for him. And then it hit me that like, yes, it surfaced, my love for him was surfacing, but it was a delayed allowing of, because for some reason I was blocking at that point that night, but so I delayed it, but in that moment I had opened myself up somehow, and I allowed him to flood me with the love that he has for me. And it would make sense that it felt like it was my love for him, because it is the same love. His love is not separate from me. My love is not separate from him. He's playing with my toes right now as I'm saying that. The love that we are together, that's what is, and it's not separate, it's not unequal, it's not It's not restricted. It's equal and it's open. It's shared. How we love one, we love all. We can't not because we are one. So it was just, and Karen saying, "Aw," it was really awe. It was beautiful, and I also appreciate that moment because again, it was just, it reinforced my foot just got tickled. It did reinforce the fact that it is the same love. It's not separate love. I can definitely be resistant to that because I'm in a space where I'm like, I'm not ready to feel that love for all these characters, you know, and then I'll get judgy with certain characters in the world and stuff. But I again know that's my ego going off, and the truth of it is that is the love. That is what we are. Love is not a feeling or an emotion. It's our true state of being. Um, so yeah, it's really beautiful. But what time is it anyway? Oh my God, are you kidding? Look what time it is. What time is it anyway? 3:33. Really? I did not mean to do that. I had no idea. I just, you guys saw. What time is it anyway? I was curious because well, I ate breakfast at like 6 and I haven't had lunch or anything and I'm starting to feel hungry and I didn't know what time it was. I just wanted to see. I'm like, is it close to dinner time? I mean, I can eat whenever, but 3:33. Are you kidding me? 3:33 on the dot. Really? Really? Like, I did not mean to do that. I mean, zooming out, we make this all up, so that didn't happen, not on purpose. But zooming down as tally, I had no idea what time it was, and it's 3:33. We make up the numbers and the meaning and the power that we give them. Absolutely. With that being said, as my illusion journey is tally, you know, the number 3 is significant for me. I was born July 3rd. I ascended into my awakening the year I turned 33. Eric's the number 3. Robin's the number 3. Julie has a very big significant thing with the number 3 as well. You know, then Holy Trinity, trifecta, sacred geometry, but even then what's all, like, again, we all give it the power and meaning. I mean, 7 plus 7 can equal 21. It's literally, we give it all that power and meaning. With that being said, I used to cling to certain meanings with these numbers, but now for me, and this is what's really surfacing for me with this, is just the fact that when I get number sequences, it's a signal that I'm in the natural flow. I'm allowing more of what's real. It's confirmation what I'm talking about, all that stuff. And the fact that I just checked it, it's exactly 3:33 on the dot. And as I'm saying this, now we have 3 people watching and 3 up votes. So we got another couple threes there as well as I'm talking about 3:33, and now I'm starting to drool. So that was really cool. I'm really grateful that that popped up. So that just gave me more confirmation on all of this as well. So all right. Well, I think unless anyone has anything else that they want to ask or say or talk about, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I'm in a weird space right now because on one end, like, I really don't want to end this, but at the other end, I'm kind of running out of things that I'm getting prompted to talk about, and then I'm also starting to feel hungry. But I'm like, I don't want to sit here by myself and just like watch TV. Like, I know, like, again, I'm not alone, and I'm actually probably going to eat because I am hungry, even though it's kind of early, but then I might just lay down and just meditate and connect and just try to just do my work on focusing and being still and keeping my mind still and whatnot. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, I think it looks like people are all maybe questioned out and whatnot. Oh, Karen says, I would ramble, but my phone battery is 1%. So blessed be. I hear you on that. And actually, what's my phone? And oh, that's funny. My phone's at 69%, which is just a bunch of threes. Like, yes, we can laugh about the joke with the number, but what that is really for me is like all the threes that come with the 6 and the 9. So that's actually really cool. So yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you guys, all of you, for joining, for asking questions, for, oh my God, the lovely words and compliments. Like, holy crap. Like, just thank you. I was not in any way expecting any of that. So just thank you. I love you guys. And, you're just, I was getting tickled, sorry. Remember, you guys are just as beautiful and just as amazing. We all have the same shared abilities. And remember, if it's not loving, it's not real. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting with me and asking questions. And like I said, I'll be going live again on my own and with Julie. And yeah, stay tuned for that. So thank you so much. I love you all very much. Oh, hi, Gemma. I'm so sorry. I'm about to wrap up, but if you have a question or anything you want to say really quick, absolutely, I'll give you a moment to do that. I'm not saying that you do want to, but I just want to give you a moment if you are wanting to before I end this here. So regardless, I'll just to give her a moment in case she's wanting to say anything, I'll just, kind of reiterate that again. Just thank you guys all so much for everything. This was really, really beautiful, and, just completely unexpected. Just so much of that kindness and support. And I appreciate you all so much. You're amazing. And just wow. I cannot believe how this weekend and this day has turned out so far. It's so cool. It's so cool and it's so beautiful. So, and thank you guys for all being a part of that as well. So, thank you so much. I love you. And I said I will be going live again. And regardless, if you do have questions or anything, like you can comment on my posts, on my other videos. You can look me up in my social media links. I'm around. I'm around. So, all right. Thank you guys for everything. I love you all very much. And as always, have a wonderful nap. As I'm hiccuping and burping. Have a wonderful now. Bye.